Here we go. It's Mawkzy versus Joreuz in the Arm the Rebels $1,000 weekly invitational. Mawkzy is lagging. No problem. Yeah, sounds good. My intro felt really good. That's the only issue. It felt like my intro was like really good. Everyone was feeling the vibes. But yeah, I guess if you were lagging, we can go new server. Here we go! It's Mawkzy versus Joreuz in the $1,000 Arm the Rebels 1v1 tournament, a 1v1 weekly, I should say. $1,000 winner take all. We have a quarterfinal matchup between Joreuz and Mawkzy, a matchup we have seen many times. Mawkzy has the edge, I believe, in this matchup, but there's been a couple famous wins for Mr. Joreuz. The last time Mawkzy and Joreuz played against each other was, I think, in the, what was it called? The Champions Road 1v1. They might have played one time after that in a tournament of mine or something, but they've had to play quite a bit recently and over the course of their careers. And right now they're playing with 1,000 on the line. Mawkzy, what a cut. Power slide cut in place, bottom left. I just realized I call Joreuz, but the people on YouTube, they only ever watch on this scene, which doesn't have TTS, so they have no idea what I'm talking about. So just know when I say Joreuz, it's because that's the way the TTS guy says it. Joreuz on the board, and needed to get on the board before too long because Mawkzy does come into this one favored, and if you don't put up a fight early against a guy like Mawkzy, it can really get out of hand. Joreuz, a kickoff win, is going to get 2 straights, and the low 50 will tie the game. You think the final will be Mawkzy versus Joreuz? You know, I don't know why we ever think the final will be anything different. I tell you what, if I was streaming the finals, you could all but guarantee it'll be Mawkzy Joreuz, because that's every single grand final that I've ever casted when they've both been in the tournament. But it is a Shopify tournament, so you never know. The most lukewarm take ever. I mean, there are a lot of top dogs now. You know, Nas and Drally have recent wins against guys like Mawkzy. Not Joreuz, but Mawkzy has a win over Joreuz. So it's not as foregone, you know, as it once was. Joreuz, kickoff win here down. And is going to slowly dribble this in, and does beat Mawkzy. The mind games. If you tune in to watch this high-level ones play, you might think it's not so high level if this is your first time, but trust me, lots going on between these two in terms of intimidation before the single jump pop. Mawkzy gonna attack through the air, something that he is criticized for not doing often by fans who want to try and hate. But the reality is, you cannot be a high-level ones player without being able to attack through the air as well, and Mawkzy showing that he has that capability in order to take the lead. Hey Feer, I'm wanting to get better at casting 1v1s on stream by myself. Any tips? You just do it. That's what I did. I just started doing it. If you want live matches, then you just do the in-game 1v1 tournaments. You'll get some. I used to do that as well. But just do it. Just do it. Think about, I think the analogy that I've used is, imagine, you know, you're playing ranked Rocket League, right? and you've seen some ranked Rocket League and you want to play it, and then you ask somebody like, hey, how do I get good at ranked Rocket League? And you've never played the game before. The answer is to start playing the game. Start playing the game, and you'll slowly realize, what you're good at, what you're not good at, and you'll progress up in the ranks probably. So that's my answer to people who want to start commentating or whatever, and they haven't done much of it yet. Or it's like, yo, you've played 3 games of casting Rocket League. You got to get those hours up. Mawkzy not going to get this double. Joreuz actually put too much heat on that clear. Still might be able to get the goal. Yeah, he will, but made it a bit tough for himself. Mawkzy can be such a pest with that wave dash kickoff. I can feel like you're going to have a tough time getting back into a game the way he can often control them. He does beat Joreuz to this ball to extend the lead to 3, but a minute 40. More than enough time for Joreuz to bring it back. Do I think the RLCS will exist in 5 years' time? Yeah, I think so. How long has it been going on now? I think that if anything, it'll just be less funded. But I don't know why it would ever fully go away. Too many people want to watch it. Too many people care. So the worst case scenario is just that it has less money in it. Can't wait to be RLCS 2044 champion. Mawkzy might be ending the game here with this big clear, or this big shot, I should say. It felt like clear out of his own half, but it's on target, and it puts him up 3 with 54 seconds left to go. If Joreuz had made that save, we're talking about a game where he doesn't have to sweat too much. Now he needs a lot of kickoff wins, and he's not going to get possession off of this first one in the final minutes. Mawkzy taps his high. Joreuz single jumps as if he's going to go up to get to the ball, but then flips out of it. Ooh, bit of a greedy save, but had he gotten it, he would have been able to launch the ball heavy out of his half. They're just a moment late. So Mawkzy will extend it to 4. When's the last time Zen played in a 1v1 match? Probably in the Salt Mine. I think that's the last time we've seen Daniel and Zen. Joreuz flicking top rights with 19 seconds left to go. Joreuz loves to disregard kickoffs late in games, which is good for when he's winning. But when he's losing, he's going to have to force the issue more. And he's going to have a tough time getting a bunch, but maybe build some momentum for the rest of the series. Mawkzy, there's his flick. He hasn't really used it all game, but he's showing that he has it. And Joreuz does not want to wait 5 more seconds. Game number 1. Going to go to Mawkzy in this quarterfinal in the Arm the Rebels $1,000 tournament. Game number 2. Mawkzy and Joreuz. Joreuz back into the Fennec. Did not like what he got out of the Octane there in game 1. I say back into the Fennec because he started out the day in the Fennec and switched over to the Octane in his first round matchup. Mawkzy gonna fake in the ceiling, or from the ceiling, and it will work to get the first goal. Tohu Wabohu, thank you for the 6 months of Prime. Forgot to add the message. Hey, shout out the commitment to the Prime to a full-time dream. Joreuz from ceiling heights will get a goal. Mawkzy wanted to challenge him early, but got a little bit ahead of himself. He just needed to hold power slide as he got to the ceiling, because he might have jumped off because he was worried that his wheels were going to throw him off target, but he needed to stay glued to the ceiling, so it just had to be a full hold power slide angle probably before he fell off and then angle his car towards the ball, because he needed to stay at ceiling heights. The jump down was too much. Joreuz on the follow-up possession will take a lead for one of the first times in the series. Maybe the first time. I know he equalized at least once in the last game. Joreuz will go in the air. Heard the Mawkzy jump, and I think that convinced him to go back down, but was it a fake jump from Mawkzy? I couldn't really see him, because he was in the perfect position to take the ball away once Joreuz did go to the ground. Joreuz double jump, though. Will be a goal. Mawkzy not doing the best of controlling the ball in his own half. He wanted that double to pin it into the corner or that right wall from his POV. And when he doesn't hit it, a touch off the backboard is a perfect pass. Mawkzy felt like he had the ball in a position that was natural to flick right, but just so heavily prefers his top left flick. Would rather kind of transition to the other side of the ball and then go for the flick, then take the right one. Joreuz, nice shot. Off the ceiling. Threatening at every moment of the dribble. Mawkzy has to respect it. If Joreuz drops this to the ground, it is still viable. 21 months of Tier 1. 20 months is also the time it takes for me to decide whether to challenge the incoming air dribble or just wait for it to bounce off my roof and into my net, because my Champ 1 brain doesn't understand physics at nearly the rate it needs to rank up. If I'm playing, which I play Champ 1 1v1 when I play usually. Sometimes I get Champ 2. On occasion I get one game away from Grand Champ and then never make it ever, back to that. But anyways, when I play 1v1, if someone goes up, I'm like, no way. My rank's not good enough. You're not hitting that. I'm just sitting in the ground. If you do hit it, congrats. But chances are you're just going to give me that counterattack when you slam it off the backboard. Which is not great for improvement. But I haven't improved in the game in years, so. What a play from Joreuz. Joreuz up 6-2. Staying so aggressive off this kickoff. Stealing the corner boost. Not letting Mawkzy get away with anything. Joreuz, another kickoff win. Slam this one into the ceiling, trying to get the double. Mawkzy in position to stop it. And Joreuz continues to be solid at stealing possession away and keeping Mawkzy from ever having a moment to breathe, to get anything going. Here, Mawkzy on the back wall, maybe for a moment, is able to win a 50, but Joreuz will just bump him and convert for a 7th goal, 7-2. It's a huge game from Joreuz, confidence builder, as I think the head-to-head matchups between Joreuz and Mawkzy recently have probably been heavily in favor of Mawkzy. I don't know what kind of streak he's on against Joreuz, but I would probably put it in the 2 to 4 plus range maybe, without being able to go back and double check. So he is certainly coming into this the underdog. Needs to remind himself that he is Joreuz after all. And when he's on form, nobody can beat him, but it's a great hook shot from Mawkzy. Mawkzy back to the 1v1 basics here. Little bounce dribble hook shot for the Khaled fans. Mawkzy flick. Will get a 4th. The kickoffs can lead something to going out of control. So Joreuz does need to be careful. Like I said before, he doesn't mind doing, you know, half flip kickoffs and passive kickoffs, but he's going to go to the ball again, lose this one, and is now only holding a 2-goal lead. Mawkzy not able to dunk this one in off the kickoff possession. Joreuz super aggressive with 5 boost. Still electing to chase down the ball. And now needs to prove that he has the recoveries to get away with it. And it seems like he has, as he pushes this one in the blue half. And he's going to flip out towards the ball again with 0 boost. Only a couple pads now. He will back off. Sticking to his game plan of aggressively attacking the ball, which I think is the right idea, you know, against Mawkzy. We've talked about it. You let him get to the ball carries, and you're going to watch flicks soar into your net over and over and over. Joreuz is going to give Mawkzy a bit of separation. Power slide cut does not work this time, as it comes a little bit too close to the net from Mawkzy. And he ends up trying to fake this one, /50 it. Bump onto Joreuz, and the recovery is not going to be good enough. Joreuz decided to recover for the bump instead of the ball, and might have had a chance here, but ultimately he is going to slowly let Mawkzy back in. That is not the best play from Joreuz. I'm not sure why he felt that was good to help Mawkzy here. He decides to stay grounded and go 50 the ball with him, but yeah, I don't know. So clearly he's going to help dunk it into the corner. Now tie game. Joreuz letting this one slip away. And, you know, I was talking about having a good game for the mental from Joreuz. This would be devastating for the mental if he does not pull this one off, but he is finally going to get a goal after allowing, did he maybe allow 6 straight? Was he up 6-1? He had a pretty considerable lead that he let slip away, but he is back in position. Joreuz patient with the ball in his own half. Mawkzy's now completely starved out. Will pick up the back corner. But Joreuz uninterested in trying to score. He's fine with being on the backside of the ball. But now he just gave Mawkzy a last second possession. Dunk! Joreuz will get the win. Almost let it slip away. But game number 2 goes to Joreuz. We have ourselves a tie series. Zukosi! Thank you for the 11 months of Prime. Mawkzy and Joreuz saw a couple different questions about who's playing or where we are in the bracket. Exclamation point bracket can give you all the answers you desire. But we are watching a quarterfinal here. 16 players playing in the tournament today. This is the round of 8, often referred to as quarterfinals. Single elimination. We got Joreuz versus Mawkzy. Mawkzy coming in as the number 1 seed, which probably puts Joreuz around the 8 seed range. Having to deal with the toughest matchup in theory. I believe it was seeded by ranked points, which Mawkzy pretty much always has the most of. Joreuz is going to hit Mawkzy with a flick that I think Mawkzy will find very familiar. Joreuz turning and launching one top left. Wave dash kickoff for Mawkzy. Joreuz on 0 boost. Was going to try and take that ball away. Pretty impressive backflip as a way to try and counter what he knew was a 0 boost Joreuz. But this is not it. You see the frustration toggle from Joreuz because he just passed him the ball right out to the midfield. Mawkzy did not pick up that corner. Joreuz is going to be able to steal it. I'm not sure what happened there. Joreuz now trying to get a dribble going. And is hoping to punish Mawkzy, and he will. That boost steal led to this goal. Joreuz trying to immediately get the ball in the air as soon as he knew he had that boost advantage. And even though he couldn't find a way through from that first setup. He does see an opportunity to punish a boost greedy Mawkzy. Mawkzy on 0, great patience. Not taking the immediate shot that he had a feeling Joreuz was going to pre-flip out and save. Instead, slow playing it, get the ball on top of his car, and just be unfazed by every twitch of Joreuz, who's kind of making it look like he might turn in on the ball. Mawkzy knows it is a very set situation. He can have a great read on how much boost he has, how much boost Joreuz has, because the kickoff just happened moments ago. And he knew not to panic. Joreuz, a quick goal off his kickoff. The Juice, thank you for the 7 months of Prime. Appreciate you. Joreuz, a 50 win, rewarded once again for refusing to leave the play off the kickoff, even though he doesn't win the midfield 100. Mawkzy trying to toggle ball cam a bit to see where Joreuz was behind the ball. Did not help him though, as Joreuz is able to challenge and stop the dribble before it gets going. Joreuz kind of lost control of the ball here for a bit. There was a moment in which a Mawkzy challenge would have been tough for him to prevent, but Mawkzy had full committed to going back, and Joreuz lets the ball land and pops it up to put it over the top of Mawkzy. 5-3. Joreuz sends one into the corner. Mawkzy stays grounded and basically goes for a passive test that Joreuz is going to be able to get the clear, because if he doesn't, he will chip a no-jump shot on target, but Joreuz was quick enough and then gets himself bumped in the blue half, leading to a Mawkzy goal. Squishy Boy, thank you for the 8 months of Prime. Old Feer would have charged you $5, that's right, but new Feer just recommends using Twitch Prime. Joreuz, hook shot top shelf, denied. Landed 90 degrees to the recovery, but using a diagonal flip to quickly put himself back in the right position. What a shot from Joreuz. Mawkzy knew what was coming, tried to get up to stop it. I mean, he's the one who passed him the ball in the first place, but still wasn't enough. Joreuz gonna take his goal. Oh, Mawkzy actually did deny it at first, but it will still go in. Mawkzy has certainly been more boost greedy than Joreuz in this matchup. We've seen it play out in the midfield with Mawkzy grabbing the hundreds and not really worrying enough about the ball. And now we've seen it in the back corners as well, trying to steal Joreuz's 100 while he's getting scored on, and he is letting Joreuz fall all the way to the goal line. We saw him take the ground dribble all the way to the goal line. Now he's going to let an aerial get all the way to the goal line. He's defending from inside the net. Just a small portion of Mawkzy's car is outside of the net. It's going to be really tough to win at 50 and keep the ball from falling in. Down 8-4. Down 9-4. Joreuz has found his stride here in the Fennec against Mawkzy. Lost game 1 in the Octane. Since then, has been looking good. Mawkzy affected by the fake challenge of Joreuz. Gets him to pop the flick up at the midfield. And now some really heavy bounce dribble touches that he's swinging wide of. Seems like he's trying to bait Joreuz in. But if you do that too much, you actually allow them to come in. But it leads to a 50 that keeps the ball here in the orange half, and Mawkzy eventually does get the outplay. Mawkzy, a bit too awkward of a setup as he heads to the side wall. Slows him down, allows him to get demoed. Joreuz now, knowing he's playing with a 4-goal lead, is in no rush. Mawkzy is the one who has to dive all the way to try and take the ball. He does eventually pull away from it, isn't willing to completely look for a dunk, and forced back late, trying to read the Joreuz air dribble, and he's too solid right now. Joreuz, what a clean... Did he not let that hit the ground? Such a clean catch and save, and then flick top left. I don't think it's going to show us the save because it's too far away. But I don't know how he didn't let that hit the ground and just pulled it directly into a dribble. I mean, that's an insane play from Joreuz. And Mawkzy's had enough. He doesn't want to wait 31 seconds. Joreuz, match point against the Mawk in the $1,000 Arm the Rebels tournament. Game 4. Mawkzy and Joreuz, the #1 seed, is now down in the best-of-5 series. It's going to have to win 2 straight. Mawkzy was playing a lot of great 1v1. He wanted to get a streak going similar to Zen's, is how he was, you know, trying to sell it. And he had a few matches against some top players that he was winning. It was eventually Nas who just barely beat him and ended that streak. I think that's the last time we've had Mawkzy play. Maybe we had him one more time against Fatira, and he maybe won. I think he's gotten wins since then. So Mawkzy has been looking really good. He has been looking ready to perform in a tournament like this one. The problem is you never play Joreuz in a single elimination tournament. There's only been a couple best-of-1 matches played in a big tournament. One of them was Just Win. Johnny ran it a long time ago. Joreuz did win that. The other one was not quite a best-of-1. It was a 20-minute 1v1s that we ran called Madness. I can't remember if Joreuz played in Madness or not. But I believe Madness ended with Nas. Or was it Mawkzy? No, Mawkzy Diaz, I think, was the grand finals of Madness. Joreuz, Oski, I think, was maybe the Just Win grand final. But at the time, Oski was like a new 1v1er on the scene, or a new player. That was like an especially good result for Oski. He'd go on to prove he's kind of just that level all the time. Joreuz actually has a chance here. At least more than I thought he did. Ultimately, Mawkzy does tap it in. Yes, I do remember the extremely scuffed ending. I do remember the extremely scuffed ending. I try to forget it. Mawkzy in control. Early flick again. Has been afraid of the early challenges from Joreuz because he's been peppering in a ton of early challenges. Joreuz tried to get the perfect placement, and Mawkzy actually had the right read defensively. I want to see if he knew this is how it's going to bounce from the beginning. Joreuz wanted crossbar down, didn't get it, and Mawkzy in the perfect position. I think he's just kind of fortunate that it bounced up to him in that top right corner. 3-1. Joreuz off the side wall. Mawkzy goes up to the ceiling, and so I think Joreuz, whatever his game plan was before, he is going to adjust it and just prepare for the 50. Joreuz, that is Insane! The fact that he did not own goal. He just slammed it into the post or the crossbar. I can't remember which one it was. And it bounced around his net as a way to try and clear the ball. And then it ended up actually being preferential for him because he got the follow-up, but it was almost about to be a direct own goal. Joreuz using the flip to shoot. Ooh, not the recovery needed. He was going to need a really good one either way. So I think he was trying to go for a peak recovery. Misses it, though. It's a 4-1 lead for Mawkzy. Double jump bump. Popped the ball too high. 2 minutes now for Joreuz to bring it back if he wants to not see Game 5 against the Mawk. With as well as Joreuz has been playing, still would definitely be a Mawkzy favorite Game 5 if he's able to get it there. Joreuz could afford to clutch out right now. Can't dunk this one in. Mawkzy won't be able to counter it as easily as he has been the last few. Joreuz will recover. It's forced into net. Mawkzy has the ball on the back wall, but unlike the last time we saw these, he doesn't really need to score. Joreuz still does a great job of stealing it away, undercutting Mawkzy. That touch, though, never really had a scoring chance. Not going to be able to follow it up. Great save from Joreuz. Pins it right down to himself and lost a little bit of power on the shot. I don't know if he'd been able to get a long shot strong enough to outpace Mawkzy's recovery, but it seemed like that might have been possible with perfect movement. 40 seconds left to go. I'm thinking we're going to Game 5. Mawkzy Joreuz once again. Oh, well, maybe not. But this matchup does always seem to deliver. Actually, a favorable kickoff for Joreuz. Boost and ball. He's just going to boom it at the nets. And the side flip does not go in. He might recover better than Mawkzy, though. It's kind of hard to say. Oh, no. He misses twice. That will certainly end it. If he had gotten one of those in, he would have had a chance here. Mawkzy will tap it away. So it will be Game 5. Joreuz, hopefully isn't too upset. He needed that goal and another one just to bring it to OT. Not like he threw away the game here, but he was potentially going to have a chance. Game 5, Mawkzy Joreuz in Arm the Rebels quarterfinals. Game 5, Mawkzy and Joreuz. A classic matchup in 1v1. There are many classics over the course of 1v1's history. Khaled Fairy Peak. Joreuz Mawkzy. Is Joreuz Mawkzy up there? Probably not with a couple of the other ones, but it is pretty high up, if you ask me, especially in Feer channel lore. Joreuz Mawkzy has been some of the best matches we've ever had. And now it all comes down to yet another Game 5. Joreuz Jack, yeah, for sure. Joreuz Zen. Joreuz Zen has actually only been played like twice, maybe 3 times. But certainly the Joreuz Zen game was pretty epic. Joreuz going to capitalize on a missed flick from Mawkzy. Not something he's going to give to you very often, but he just sent his flick way over the net and then seemed to try and chase Joreuz down for a bumper demo to make up for it. Joreuz escapes. And he will start off in the lead, and he's just going to dunk Mawkzy. Mawkzy trying to gain control of this ball, falling down from the side wall. Didn't want to play it in the air, and Joreuz just read the catch. It's tough to make a play as you fall down from the side wall. You have all that momentum slamming you into the ground. Sometimes when players get the right read, they'll jump off the wall and tap it around, an early challenge like that, but I'm not sure that would have been the right decision either with where Joreuz was positioned. Now, Mawkzy Popping this one high. Knows Joreuz we first the ball, so has to back off. Front flip from Joreuz is maybe going to be good enough. Seemed like a bit of a lackluster shot, and I think ultimately it was. He did have a second chance there to stay on the ball, but dives in and loses the 50. Mawkzy sends it straight into the air. Opens the scoring for himself. Joreuz direct kickoff win. Mawkzy, pretty nice pre-flip to slow down what was about to be an immediate goal. But Joreuz still gets it. Wave dash kickoff for Mawkzy. Knowing Joreuz, he is going to be close around the play here to try and prevent a clean setup from Mawkzy. Not the best recovery there. Low 50. What a save from Joreuz. Able to pin it high. Mawkzy trying to use the threat of his famous flick as a way to convince Joreuz to go out of position and go for the low 50. But Joreuz makes the right read and is able to send that one soaring high above the net. Mawkzy forced to play this into the corner because of the pressure from Joreuz. Joreuz going to get a demo. Now a bounce dribble, hook shot likely to come. No, a fake! And that makes sense. Mawkzy has to be prepared for this bounce dribble hook shot. Off the respawn, decides to pick up the 100 and forgets the option of the fake. Wave dash kickoff for Mawkzy, where he loses into the blue half, grabs the 100, but then Joreuz stays on the ball. Is a situation we've seen a ton so far in this series, and I'd actually say it's been favoring Joreuz, who is not going to be able to stop this air dribble bump, and ultimately did lose, this kickoff with that result. But Joreuz has been playing on pads and playing on ball to a lot of success. Mawkzy swinging around inside the orange half before retreating. Joreuz going to take the skies. Mawkzy waiting on the ground, and Joreuz is too high, so he needs to be careful now. His mindset, I'm sure, switches from how to score to how to not get scored on. He did a decent job as he's now still in possession. This one pinched high. Mawkzy trying to get speed behind the ball to get to the orange half ASAP. He knows Joreuz isn't in the best spot, especially with that flip in towards the play. Only 12 boosts to work with. Joreuz very clearly trying to force that ball right. It does go right, but into his corner. Mawkzy unable to score on what is a bit of a greedy play. Mawkzy went for the first time shot, and when he doesn't get it, it hands over possession to Joreuz, who is, holding a lead with just a little bit over a minute left to go. Could be tough to earn the possession back. Mawkzy has time. He could have elected to play that one a bit slower. Talking about playing a bit slower, this dribble is going to be so fast that it's going to reach Joreuz before he can really control it and cut it around him. Joreuz will just boom a power shot and extend the lead to 3. Mawkzy backing off, chaining some dashes into the back corner. Thought about going out to meet Joreuz at the midfield, and just even a thought is enough to get him beat as Joreuz shoots over the top. And Joreuz loves these fake kickoffs and these half flip kickoffs to try and ice out games when he does not want to just see 3 straight, and he's still not in the best position though. Great save. Calm on the goal line. Now we'll tap it away. Zap dash from Joreuz. Pre-flip into the ball. Big risk on 0 boost, but it pays off. And that means a lot more precious time is going to be wasted. Mawkzy on very little. Front flip kickoff. In and out save from Joreuz. Elects not to dive on the ball. I think he knows he has a good boost advantage, so isn't expecting anything too scary out of Mawkzy. Trust in his ability to shadow and defend. He missed this one, but so did Mawkzy. They both miss. And the tap away, Joreuz, I think, has done it. Wasn't going to call it till the final moments, especially with how Mawkzy is on kickoffs, but with 10 seconds left to go, Mawkzy denied again. And I don't know what Mawkzy's streak was against Joreuz coming into this one, but it is now 1 loss as Joreuz will advance in the Arm the Rebels $1,000 1v1 tournament as he heads to the semifinals. Sheesh! Joreuz, man. Joreuz is back.